everyone, welcome once again to Dada's FoodCrave kitchen. If you are new to my channel, I want to thank you for stopping by. Please don't forget to hit that red subscribe button, and please don't forget to hit that bell right next to it, because when you do that, you'll be the first to be notified whenever I upload a video. In today's recipe, I am going to show you guys how to grill some yummy, delicious meat indoors, guys. You don't have to worry about going outside in the cold when it's winter time. You don't even have to worry about going outside in the heat when it's like 100 degrees to grill some meat. You could eat this type of grilled meat 365 days a year if you want, no problem. In my country, in Gambia, they call it Dibi. Some will say Afra. So if you are interested in seeing how I make this Dibi or Afra, please stay tuned. And without any further ado, let's get cooking. Alright guys, we're gonna start our Dibi, as some will call it Afra. Like I said, all you need is pretty much simple things. You need some cayenne pepper, you need some salt, you also need some black pepper, some mustard, some Maggi cube in the side, and 2 onions. You can add more onions. If you love onions, you can add as much onions as you want. I'm not making a lot, that's why I'm adding 2 onions. And I'm using goat beef. You could use any kind of beef you guys like. You can use lamb, you can use pork, you can use goat beef. So what I'm gonna do here next, I'm just gonna slice up my onions, and you want to make sure you cut your onions really big like that, like 4 slices. So you're just gonna chop up your onions like so. You want to make it that really thick cut, and then put it aside for later. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil on my grilling pan. You could use any kind of cast iron pan that you have in your kitchen. It could be have those marks on it, it could be without the marks on it, but if you have any kind of cast iron grilling pan, that will do the work. So you're just gonna grease up a little bit of oil on it to get it started, and make sure your heat is the pan is really hot, not too high, but at least hot. Here I have some liquid smoke in it. This will give the meat some really smoky flavor, like you were just grilling your meat outside, like on a wood fire or anything like that. So my meat is all nice, washed up, really nice. I'm using goat beef, like I said. You want to make sure whenever you're doing this type of grilling, make sure you have some fat on the meat. Not a lot, but at least you want to have some fat on the meat. As you can see, I did not put any seasoning on the meat. You're gonna start grilling your meat without any salt or any pepper at all. Yes guys, this is the first time I'm making something without actually seasoning before I cook. You want to make sure the meat is as plain as it can be. No seasoning for now, just plain. The only thing I'm gonna add on the meat is some liquid smoke, and I'm gonna add here 2 teaspoons of liquid smoke. Like I said, this will give the meat that really smoky flavor. I love liquid smoke. I mean, you could put this liquid smoke in anything. It would just seem like if you don't tell anybody that you grill this meat indoors without outside on any wood fire, they will be like, get out of here. So you're just gonna have the meat grill. It's gonna ooze out its own juice. And like I said, you want your heat to be really high, but not too high, but at least you want the pan to be hot. Some people prefer washing their meat before they do anything. I washed my meat and I try to take all the water out as much as I can. I tap it with some paper towel. As you can see, I have a little bit of water in the pot, but all that is going to dry up. So you're just going to keep stirring it, checking on it. Make sure everything is going good as planned. Just wanted to show you guys the liquid smoke once more. They have different flavors. This is just the original one that I always use. So as you can see, my meat is grilling, y'all. It's grilling really nice. You could use any kind of meat you want. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm just gonna use some salt. I'm not gonna put a lot of salt. You wanna make sure you put a little bit of salt, not too much. Sprinkle it on the meat. Halfway through the grilling, that's when you wanna add the salt. As time goes on, you will check it to see if you need more salt on your meat. Afra or Dibi is one of my favorite, man. I'm telling you guys, I love it. Like I said, you can cook it any time of the season. You could make it in the winter time. I mean, once you have your grilling pan, your cast iron pan, and your liquid smoke going, you could grill in the winter time, in the summertime. You don't feel like going outside in the heat when it's like 100 degrees outside. You could just grill indoors and enjoy anytime. Back home in Gambia, anywhere you go in a corner of the streets, you will find them nar. They call them nar. You will find them have a shop where they sell Afra. I used to go buy Afra pretty much almost like, not every night, but once in a while, like at night, I would just crave some Afra. I'll go get me some Afra. They will wrap it on a brown paper bag, put some onions on it and some peppers, and oh my goodness. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to add some black pepper on it. This is optional. You don't have to put the black pepper now, but I just wanted to mix everything at once now. You could always add your black pepper later. And then I'm just going to add my cayenne pepper. Like I said, you could do this last. You could do this after your meat is already off the stove. But I'm telling you guys, if somebody in the house, like you have kids that have asthma, or because the cayenne pepper on the heat, OM to the G, I'm telling you guys, oh my goodness. My son had to run to the room. We were coughing. Like the heat and the pepper did not go well together. Like I said, make sure you open your windows if you're doing that. Or you can just add the cayenne pepper later. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add 1 cube Maggi cube. You could add any kind of cube beef that you have. You don't necessarily have to be Maggi. So I'm just going to add 1 cube there. Like I said, I already added a little bit of salt. You want to watch your salt intake here because you don't want to overdo it. So now, lastly, I'm just going to add my onions. And you want to make sure you cut your onions really thick, round shape like that. And whichever way you like your onions, the texture to be, it's your preference. But you don't want to cook the onions too wither. You don't want to cook it too like wither, like dead. You want to have like a little bit of crunch to it. That goes really, really well with the meat. So you're gonna stir it up like so and keep stirring it. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm just gonna add a little bit of mustard on it. Like I said, all this, the cayenne pepper, the Maggi cube, and the mustard can be added later after your meat is off the stove. But I just wanted to just mix everything. Like I said, that was my preference to do that. But you necessarily don't have to add the mustard now. But I just wanted to put a little bit of mustard. Later on, I'm just gonna add more mustard on the plate, like on the side. See how beautiful this is, guys? You can eat Afra any time of the year. You don't have to eat any type of grilled meat just because it's summertime. You could eat this in the winter time, because sometimes there's some type of food you want to eat in the season and you can't eat it because of it's cold outside. You can't do nothing because it's cold outside, but you can do this in the winter time, like I said. So my Dibi, my Afra is almost ready, guys. So this is how I want my onions to look like. This is the texture I want. Some people don't cook it further than this. They will just like cook it halfway, but that's how I want my onions to be. So as you can see, my Afra, my Dibi is ready. I'm just gonna plate it up like so. It is so delicious, guys. My house was smelling so good. I could not wait to taste it. That smoky flavor on the meat, the liquid smoke that I add on the meat was like out of this world. And voila, guys. Here I come with some Dibi for you guys. Some Dibi, some Afra. My mouth was watering. I could not wait to take a bite. Like I said, you could use any type of meat. I want my meat to mix with bone. You could use any meat that doesn't have any bone. Like I said, you could make it with lamb. You could make it with pork. You could make it with goat meat. Whatever meat you have, that's your preference, as long as it's meat. Deer meat, whatever meat you eat. Deer meat, whatever. So as you can see, guys, my Afra is ready, my Dibi. Some people say Dibi, some people say Afra. Isn't that pretty, guys? So what I'm gonna do here, I like eating my Dibi with some bread, plain old bread. That's how I like to enjoy my Dibi. You just take you some nice French bread and put some mustard on the side and just kind of like dip it in with the meat and the onions. You can add more cayenne pepper if you like the heat. You could add more jimbo or Maggi cube. As you can see here, I'm just gonna do a little bit of taste test. If you guys are enjoying this video, please subscribe to my channel, and make sure when you subscribe, when you hit that subscribe button, press that bell right away. You will never miss out of any of my videos. You will be the first to know whenever I upload a video. As you can see, I'm just gonna put some mustard on the side there to dip it in. Share this video with your friends. I'm gonna add some cayenne pepper, and you know your girl here, she likes some spicy food. You can always add some heat. So I'm gonna add a little bit of Maggi cube there too, because I needed a little bit more. This is all optional. Like I said, when you cook in your meal, you do everything to your taste. Just follow the recipe and put all the spice to your taste, you know. But there's some certain things that you really want to add some spice to make sure you tasting something. Because a flavorless food, man, I'm telling you, no, not me. Yeah, guys, so here goes my Dibi. Dibi, as some may call it, Afra, is a West African street food. I used to enjoy it. It was one of my favorite street food in Gambia. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Stay tuned.